All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Venting Vibrations podcast, episode 2. We got the 99
Yes, sir. 9095.
back at it. Here to vibe, talk about a couple topics. We listened to your feedback after last. We're going to
Definitely
do
did.
better. Hopefully, we can put those concerns to rest.
Right,
So,
right.
at the end of last episode, you left everybody on the cliffhanger. So, go ahead and repeat that question.
Oh yeah. So we had a week to think about it. So my question was, what is your idea of a healthy relationship?
Yeah. So, man, episode straight into the nitty gritty. I mean, that's a deep question because so much goes into having a healthy relationship. The most important thing that I feel like is like the base of all relationships, and without it, there can be no relationship, is without a doubt community.
Right.
Like, if you and your partner can't communicate and understand what the other is saying, the relationship is not. It can be fun, y'all can have a good time, but when it comes down to it, you have to be able to talk to each other and trust that your partner is gonna not only hear you but listen to what you're saying. So
Right.
definitely proper communication, understanding each other's love language is also a big thing. Because even though one person's love language might be giving gifts, the other person's love language might be words of affirmation. So yeah, that goes along with communication. You have to communicate that with your partner. You have to understand how your partner likes to be loved. And you have to be willing to love them in the way they want to be loved.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, healthy relationships build on each other just from communication, understanding, love language, being willing to sacrifice. Um, really, just those main things are the basis of a healthy relationship, in my opinion.
Yeah. When I was doing my thought process, it's crazy you said like communication because like that was a big thing for me because I think too many relationships they always having disagreements and then they go to insulting and demeaning, just abusing each other. But when you
Mhm.
really have that genuine open communication where y'all could talk about anything and just really sit there and try to understand your partner, it's too many people who listen to reply and not enough people who listen to understand your
Yep.
interest, basically. So communication was big to me. And then I also had respect listed down because I feel like respect is something huge when it comes to relationships because in the dynamic it's like you don't want to be with somebody who doesn't have opinions, then they start love due to the fact that you don't respect how they feel about certain things. And then also to like the category of trust as well. Now I'm not even trusting what you're saying. There's so much that can go into like building a proper relationship. But all the characteristics I would list under would be I would definitely say communication, respect, trust, the ability to make decisions together and actually stand on them and respect them. For sure, support. It's too many relationships and they go and
Mhm.
that's just toxic and that just leads to a whole bunch of nonsense. And then it's also being able to enjoy your person and yourself at the same time.
Yeah, you actually touched on a couple things that I left out. A big thing, not only respecting your partner and how they respecting yourself. I feel
Right.
like you have to not only respecting yourself but understanding yourself. You have to understand yourself as a person, what you like, what you dislike, before you try to bring someone else into you, because you may be unhappy with yourself or you may not know how you are socially whether it be in group settings or just with your partner individually. But some of the things you say, your body language, throw your partner off. So it's important to understand like how other people view you and how you view yourself, so you can use that in your relationship to help your partner feel like they're included or like they're, to make it seem like you take their views into account,
Yeah,
which respect, like you said.
yeah. Respect key. I feel like that's just like I think a lot of things that people be missing in this relationship. But that's just my opinion on
Yeah, but I feel like social has skewed the views of relationships so much. As somebody on Twitter, I wouldn't say frequently, but um, day, uh, 4 to 5 times a week, just scrolling through the feed, I see so much stuff, and that goes back to what you were saying about support. It's like people are trying to compete with each other,
it.
but
Yeah.
you're not. A relationship is literally two people working together. What do you
Yeah,
compete?
this ain't about going back and forth and being in competition with the next person or the other. Like, this is a union. So if anything, everything should be about helping the next person and respecting the next person. Going why am I envious of my partner? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. Envious of what? Y'all are one person. I mean, obviously you're individuals, but
Yeah,
in a relationship, supportive of each other. You want to see
right.
each other do well. I would love to have a partner who she does better than me.
Yeah,
Cause
bro. And I think so many people actually think men want these slaves who are lesser than them, don't make more money than them. And I'm over here like, I don't mind if you make the money. I don't mind if you have
yeah,
the image, but it's like as long as we are healthy and whole in what we're doing. But if
exactly. As
you're
long as
uncomfortable with, yeah, if you're uncomfortable doing something, if you're uncomfortable with something I do, I'm gonna express that. Or you should express that. And if I'm uncomfortable with something that you do, I'm gonna express that too. But if we're not healthy, then all of that just adds into it.
yeah, I agree. I feel like, I mean, I don't mind, like you said, having a breadwinner wife or a bread girlfriend, as long as
Yeah.
like that's agreed upon. Like if she's, I'm okay with that, it's fine. And it goes vice versa. I could be the breadwinner, and if she's okay with not working, or she doesn't want to work, or she wants to work, it's all about communication, like figuring out what doesn't work. And that reminds me of that. You sent me something, I think, on Instagram, probably like 2 weeks ago, about that woman who had a secret bank account.
Oh
You
my
remember that?
gosh. Oh my gosh. Hold on. We gotta read that one.
I remember specifically the wording,
I,
but basically
I'm about
on,
to go get it. Damn that. We're gonna get this verbatim.
I'll give them a little before you get the full thing. But basically, this husband and wife had agreed that the husband would be the breadwinner. He would go to work. They would have a joint bank account. All their finances would be combined, and the wife, uh, she stayed at home. She did the cleaning, the cooking. But to the husband, she had an online job that she had been working, and she took a bank account from him without his knowledge to save. Marriage went south, and he didn't take too kindly to that. Now, me personally, I understand both sides of the story because growing up, my family would always say the same thing, like make sure stash, because you never know what could happen. But I also have perspective. Oh, I also want to mention that the wife wasn't taking any of the money that the only the money that she was making was the money that was going into her separate bank account, which I feel like that's valid. I mean, she's and within, I feel like, but I also understand the husband's perspective. he had a sense that the wife is pretty much planning, which is not necessarily true, but I understand be coming from with that line of thought. Just the fact that he put all his trust into his wife and he thought they were on the same page and probably felt betrayed that she would go and do something like that. But yeah, I understand both sides. I understand the wife for wanting to do that for sure because, like my parents or my grandparents would say, or my uncles and aunties would say, you never know what could happen one day. Your wife or your husband wake up and decide, you know what, this isn't for me. And unless half of his money anyway, that's it's actually pretty smart that she planned in case something like that did happen. I honestly kind of feel bad for the husband that he didn't think that way as well, because I feel like especially as a man, not women, but a lot of as it's portrayed in media, a lot of the time wives divorce husbands and they get half of what he has when they haven't really done much, which isn't the case in this situation. But I feel like as a man, you should definitely have your own stash, and as a woman too. I don't see a problem
See,
with it really.
I understand it. Do I condone it? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool, whatever. If you're gonna do that, at least communicate it, because it's like at that point, like, I get he the breadwinner and all that, and he bringing in all the money. You just a stay at home mom and taking care of everything. But like, we were just talking about like trust and respect. Like, that's a simple. Hey, babe, why you been working? I've been working online and making money, so we could do this with it or this, that, and the third. Like, so are you saying like it's okay for each of them to have secret stashes from each other, or are you saying like all money is their money? Like, how? What is your perspective?
um, well, I think from a woman's perspective, it's kind of imperative for them to have a secret stash because, well, this is probably not a good example because everything going on
Yeah,
with Johnny Depp right
I don't
now.
necessarily say we can speak for them though.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm just saying from the outside, from what I've seen online, women's testimonies,
yeah.
I'm hearing like no. I see a lot online like the reason that women don't reject men is because they're scared that men are going to get violent, which is definitely true because there's a lot of crazy dudes out there. And I feel like this kind of is similar to this situation. What if she tells the husband, I want to have a secret bank account? He's like, no. Then what is she going to do?
Okay, if that is how that conversation goes, you're in a controlling, abusive type relationship. Because what you mean, just know. Because like, okay, why you want to have a separate stash? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to understand like what's going on. Like,
Yeah, see, and that's what I would say. Well, I wouldn't even ask because I would understand. But yeah, like I would say, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I'll just say half of the men in the world would just flat out say no.
you think so?
Oh, for sure. It's probably more than half, but I'm gonna say half just to be nice. Like
Okay,
I just seen, bro. I just seen a video about a month ago, maybe on TikTok, I think, of this
okay.
girl that was getting harassed in the gym because she rejected a dude that asked her out. It's like, yo,
Yeah,
just
yeah, that's insane. Oh,
you didn't see
that
that
type of
video?
nah, that type. I never seen that. That type of gym activity stuff like that. I do not. I can't get behind that. I don't even know why people approach women in gyms. Like that is awkward and weird to me.
No, I agree, but I'm just saying the fact that somebody would do that in a public gym. Imagine on the street or
Yeah.
like in their homes. If a
Yeah.
dude is bold enough to do that in a public gym where other people are around,
Wait, are you
just
talking about the old? You talking about the old white dude who pulled up on the black girl?
no, no, no,
And
no. It was a video where this older dude, probably in his 30s, pulled up on a girl and he asked her out, I guess like multiple times and she kept saying no, so she ended up recording it secretly. And then she ended up telling the dude like, I'm 17, I'm not even old enough, and like got extra mad and he was like, well, you need to stop talking to me this way. Respect, he's like, respect my
whoa,
elders. You just asked me out.
what?
Yeah, he bugged out and he started throwing a tantrum and it was wild. He was like, "You
Oh,
need to leave the gym right now. You're not old enough to be in here." I was like,
what the
"Wow."
freak?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it got wild, but I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like, women are scared of how men are gonna
react.
react.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that. So, do you feel like that would be a conversation that a couple should have?
Yeah, I would say I agree that it should be brought up, and to keep women safe in a situation like that, or even men, because I'm not gonna act like men don't get abused too.
Yeah,
But
because
I feel like it should be brought up more as try to make it a question, not I'm gonna do this. I feel like a lot of people get
right,
offended
right.
when somebody else says they're gonna do something, especially in a
Yeah,
relationship, rather than like it being like.
yeah. So
So
I
you
see
could
people
say,
who get
go ahead.
further with questions than commands.
Yes. I feel like it should be like, how do you feel about me making having my own account, things like that, rather than, oh yeah, I've been working online, I got my own account, just happens.
And there's
That
nothing you can stop me from
yeah,
doing.
exactly. I
Yeah,
feel like
see, when you approach me in that manner, I'm not gonna be a fan of that.
yeah, like a lot of people have to remember, especially in relationships, you need to talk to your partner the way that you would want them to talk to you.
But I
Because
honestly feel like they throw that out the window and they start talking to you like they're your parents or something.
yeah, that's a major issue with I think a lot of modern relationships. Like, and it goes back to what we were saying. Like, people just don't have respect for each other.
Yeah, once you
It's
start
like,
talking to me like I'm a kid, you wildin', you
yeah,
disrespectful, you out of pocket, and I can't respect that.
I feel like when I'm in a position where I'm talking to somebody, and this goes for not only like intimate relationships, but with
Yeah,
friends too. Like, if I feel like I'm not being respected, I'm not gonna be your friend anymore.
yeah, bro.
Like, it's
It's
simple as that.
relationships, co-workers, bosses, friends. I
Yes,
don't care what
yes.
I don't care what it is. You start talking to me like I'm your kid. Or I'm a what is it called? Basically a lesser, or I'm inferior to you. Yeah, you got me messed up. Right player, wrong person.
Yeah, exactly. Like, bruh, people just want to be talked to with respect. I haven't met anyone who's, well, because we can talk about like fetishes, but for the most part, in normal conversation, people want to be talked to with respect. They want
Yeah.
heard, they want to be respected, and I feel like that's all a part of
But I do
relationships.
I do feel like a lot of misunderstanding and like miscommunications lead to people feeling like they gotta become some type of controlling, demanding person in conversations and disrespectful.
Hmm.
But if but if you're not being understood, express it in a different manner or find a different approach. Don't come at somebody
Exactly,
disrespectful because you don't because y'all not having an understanding of each other.
bruh. It's I think a lot of adult problems can be solved with like child rules, like because
Yeah,
you know how they like, bruh, the golden rule: treat people how you want to be treated, and
yeah,
also don't fight fire with fire.
bro. And you know what's crazy? Like, so there's ironically there's a Bible scripture. I think I showed it to you because one day me and someone was having a conversation and I shared it with you, right? The
Hmm.
Bible scripture, and it basically was like, don't fight evil with evil. And
Yes,
what else did it say?
I'm pretty sure if we think about the same verse, it ends with you kill evil with kindness.
Right, right. That's the exact same verse. But I'm like, for a lot of people to practice that religion, you know,
Yeah, a lot. They say they practice the religion, but they read the words and it goes right through them. They don't feel the words when they read it because,
I'm not. If you gonna follow something, you should follow it.
like, to the T.
Yeah, having that loss of respect for that, it's like, what you doing?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's another like kill them with kindness.
Right.
I do it all the time when people try to approach me in like brash ways or aggressively. I'm like, Just relax. You can talk to me like a regular person. You don't got to get upset. You don't have to be angry.
But that's one thing I
It's a
could truly say I
person.
appreciate about myself, like my personal growth.
Uh huh.
How I handle people now versus how I used to handle people when I was growing up.
Yeah,
two
much
totally
different.
two totally different things. I'm so cool,
Definitely.
calm, and collected, you know?
Yeah.
And like back then it's like I'm ready to have some type of confrontation with you right. And we ain't even talked for over 30 seconds.
Nah, I think we both kind of had that same kind of growth because I definitely remember in like later middle school and like early, well, I want to say all through high school, especially, I was kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to make it seem like I didn't care about people, because I always had empathy for others. Like I always tried to make sure I didn't hurt anybody else's feelings. But there would just come points in time where I'm just like, all right, stop talking to me, get out my face, because
I
I'm
would
done
keep
talking to you.
once I seen like people didn't care about respect. So that's how you have to.
Yeah,
But as a person, you have to grow from that and realize right from wrong.
exactly. And now I kind of feel like if somebody has a problem with me and there's not like a legit reason, then they actually have a problem with themselves, and it kind of makes me feel bad for them.
Oh yeah, it's most. I would say it's most definitely projection. What you
Yeah,
don't, what you self, you trying to put that on me.
yep, that's
But that,
actually
that's but just because you feel like that, you think I am.
that's a perfect way to put it. Definitely projection. A lot of people project their insecurities onto other people,
Yeah.
and
You
that can
would
come
don't
out
mean I am.
exactly. That can come out in a multitude of different ways. It can manifest as jealousy. It can be hatred,
Yeah.
anger, sadness. It could
But
even
that's
be
what most of that.
happiness.
But that's what most of that envy come from. Because it's
Yeah,
like they looking
projection.
at like me. I'm not just like you though. That's why I could do the things that I do.
Nah, me and you, we are not the same. Don't say that.
I'm saying, bro.
That's funny, bro. I feel like a lot of people need to actually look at themselves. Because I feel like a lot of people like cameras and stuff everywhere, but people don't actually look at themselves.
Man, let me tell you something. If people spent five minutes every morning looking in the mirror, just looking at themselves, bro, I promise you they would just carry themselves totally different.
Yeah,
Cause it's
I
like
agree.
we and think about what you're doing in life, like people like if you really sit here thinking on that and becoming self-aware on your pros and cons as a person, you will start changing everything that is negative about you and turning it into a positive. But people not doing that no more. They just living this fast life and keep pushing and doing whatever they doing.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I was definitely gonna say a lot lack self-reflection and self-awareness
Yeah,
because
facts.
I've been, I would say in the past, I have spent maybe 25% of my life just self-reflecting and working on my self-awareness. Like, in order to grow and make yourself a better person, you have to have self-awareness. You have to know who you are, how you exist, and how other people see you, what you do, and how that affects other people. Like you have to reflect on that stuff because otherwise you're just gonna be stagnant. And I feel like a lot of the time when people become stagnant, they get bitter,
Yep.
and
But
that's not a road you want to go down.
they get bitter at other people because they're not progressing and having that self-reflection within themselves.
Exactly. Like I would say maybe 3 days out of the week when I get off of I'm off like on the weekends or something, I spend
Yeah.
that time self-reflecting, time by myself. Just I try not to dwell on the past, but I know I have to revisit some moments in order to help me get better as an individual. Because there's where I don't want to say I regret them because they helped me grow and they helped me get to where I am. But I mean, I laugh. I say it wasn't painful, the stuff that I've been through. I'm not going to been through the worst because I know I haven't, but pain is so I can only compare my pain to what I've been through.
So
And
I appreciate every single thing. You can hear me?
mhm,
So I appreciate every single thing I went through. But it ain't like I'm throwing a party, like, oh, I'm excited I went through all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
appreciate it because it made me who I am and it changed what needed to change for me to become who I am now. You know?
exactly.
Yeah, so I definitely appreciate them.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't face their past too. Like you said, they keep pushing and keep living that fast life.
Yeah.
They don't
And
they don't stop and think about everything they've done that's gotten them
I,
to where they are, good and
so
bad.
I could sit here and be honest and admit it was a time in my life I kind of like ignored or buried the past just to keep pushing
Yep,
and trying to find happiness and this, that,
yep,
and the third. Then I just realized, like, bruh, if you don't heal what you was dealing with in the past, you're gonna keep going through these same cycles.
yeah. I
And
definitely feel
that's
that.
that took some serious like mental strength to deal with and honestly come to that realization.
Yeah, I mean, bro, it's hard to face yourself.
Yeah,
Are your
yeah.
toughest critic, and you are your greatest opponent. Like when you
Um,
are able to look at yourself and really dissect and diagnose who you are, what you've done, it takes a lot. I mean, and it takes time. Like I mean, finished product, like it takes a lifetime. You spend your whole life evolving.
I'm gonna tell you why it's so much harder though. I don't know about you, but like that's the type of stuff I ain't see my parents do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if they
Mhm.
did, I wasn't present when it was occurring, so I don't even know like it's a thing.
I feel like it's a generational thing too. I mean, I'm not gonna say like people in the past didn't do this, but I feel like it's becoming a lot more common. Like, although I do see a lot of people online who have self awareness, I think a lot of people are becoming more in tune, socialization, mental illness. So like, there's a lot of people that do take a step back and think about what they've done and who they are, just so they can understand themselves better. And
Oh, on population alone, I'll probably say 15 to 30% do it.
yeah, and which is not bad because I feel
Yeah,
like you look back 100 years ago, like 5% of the
yeah.
population did it. So I mean, as long as that number continues to go up, I think we'll be a lot better off. And also the advent of technology, I've said this before. I don't know if it was to you or to somebody else, but like it's kind of detrimental because realistically, we are not supposed to have access to this. Like we're not
Thank
supposed
you,
to
bro.
see
Thank
this many
you.
people, bro.
Nobody is understanding it. I'm glad you said this, bro. Like I be thinking it, and this is why like every now and then I'll take break from social media, bro. But if I didn't have like what I had going on in my life right now, bro, I would not be on social media. And like every day, I still wake up to this day and think about deleting my social media. But like I said, if I didn't have like what I had occurring on my social media, it would be gone. But genuinely, to sit here and see all these people highlight reels and all the great things about somebody's life, and you over here struggling, whether it be mentally, physically, emotionally, but you out here seeing everybody great highlight reels.
Yep.
That is playing in your head all day, like, damn, bro, these people got the greatest life. But these people may be going through some type of relationship problems, some type of financial problems, some type of emotional problem. They could be going through anything. But all you see is them in Cabo drinking freaking beers and liquor and enjoying the time of their life with on a boat or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So now you
Yeah.
thinking like, why are they having the best time of their life and I'm over here suffering mentally?
Yep. I feel like I mean you just watching people's highlight reels. I mean, like I said, we are not supposed to know this many people. Like I said, 100 years ago, our great great grandparents they might have known or they might have encountered I would say 10 to 15,000 people in their lives. if you really
Yeah,
wanted to, yeah. How big is a high school? How big is a middle school?
like
You know?
5,000 maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So if you take elementary, middle, and high school, that's probably 5 to 7 thousand people that they met,
But if you're
and
talking
then
about great grands, you got to think you're allowed to go to those type of events. So
you're right. You're right. I'm just well on a general, in a general note, I'll say 50 years ago.
yeah,
Like they may have met 5 to 7 thousand people in school, and then maybe like another 3 to 4 just in their adult life.
right.
But so you can go on Twitter and meet 15,000 in half a year.
Right. You can have a million people looking at you if you just put a video on there right now
Yeah,
and it will pop
you're
up.
right.
Like 2-3 million views or whatever it may be. I don't know how the social media is working, but it is that easy to go from being unnoticed and invisible to not everybody see you and know your name and your face.
Yeah. And that's just so crazy to me.
That was
Like, I
never
mean,
happening, bro.
no,
This internet stuff, I ain't gonna lie, it's getting dangerous. Cause
for
now,
sure.
like,
Yeah, the internet, social media is a leading cause of depression, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I could be wrong,
see,
but
you know what? It was a sign when we was growing up, and they kept talking about cyberbullying, cyberbullying, cyberbullying. But when we was growing up, like that was just like a, you know what I'm saying? That was something hard to really grasp. Like how you let people on the internet bully you. But
yeah,
now we
and
people
go
on
ahead.
the internet control how we think about ourselves.
Exactly. Yeah, I was about to say, like, cyberbullying, the way that they portrayed it is not how it actually exists. I mean, that stuff exists, but I mean, you
I
can go in
agree.
a Call of Duty lobby and get cyberbullied, but nobody cares about
Right,
it
right,
for the most
right.
part. But yeah, the way that cyberbullying actually exists is just scrolling through your feed and seeing all these people's highlights, and then getting off social media and looking at your bedroom wall like, why am I not doing this stuff? Why am I not out here in Bora Bora with my beautiful girlfriend drinking
Yeah,
bottomless mimosas? It's
right.
like, bro, they probably saved up for a whole year to go out there for this one vacation.
Thank you. Yeah, and but a lot of that's what I'm understand. Like people only seeing these highlights, where they don't understand it's hustle sometimes behind these people's reels. It is grinding behind some of these people's reels, and it's pure passion put into how they get to the point that they showing you.
Yep.
However, you only seeing the good parts. You're not seeing them waking up every 3 o'clock. You're not seeing them having the frustrating moments at maybe 4 a.m. in the morning. They dealing with a business issue or some type of mental issue they got going on, whether it be emotional or whatever it may be. But you're not seeing that. All you seeing is them chilling.
Yeah.
I, bro, if it ever, if people had to post their downfalls as much as they had to post
Success.
their, yeah, it would be like a totally different world we live in.
That's for sure. Well, you know me, I don't post anything. I'm gonna try to get into it this year. But yeah, I mean, I try to post motivational things that see and it can help brighten their day. But like for the most part, my stuff is about me. And I feel like that's kind of gone along with my self discovery journey that I've been on. Like
Right.
in life, because I feel like I used to be extremely selfish and that has ruined a lot for me in the past. I had just had to learn like it's not all about me. I had to get rid of that main character syndrome.
So
Like,
I was so self-absorbed back in the day, bro. And you know this, like I would be on Snapchat all day. I would be on Instagram all day. I never been into Twitter. It was Snapchat, Facebook, and Instagram. And I used to post 3, 4, 5 times a week. And it's like, if you see the frequency I used to post versus the frequency I post now, I have not posted since when? I don't even know.
my
I
last
don't,
post was in 2020, I think.
my last actual post was June of 21.
Yeah. And this is not including like stories, because on my story, like I said, I just post
Yeah.
motivational stuff. But
Yeah, see, I'll post a little stuff like knowledge or maybe it be a scholarship or whatever it may be, just to get people thinking, like it's different like stuff out there for you to do, just to get their mind wondering. But to say I actually post myself, that's like down the drain. It's more because it's like when you do it for likes, when you do it for dopamine, when you doing to try to make yourself feel good, you get addicted to it. But
yep,
then you get to a point, like I told you, like I was sitting down and becoming more and more self-aware. It's like, what am I really doing this for?
yep,
Now I'm at the point where, like, if I post something, I don't care who likes it. I don't care how many likes I get. Like, I ain't posting it for y'all. I posted it, put it out there for myself to look at, not even y'all. So if one person like it and it's just me, I'm happy with that because I put that out for me anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not
yeah,
mad.
yeah.
But
I mean, like I
people,
said, what are you saying?
go ahead. I'm just saying, like, people go out here and post something and get 10, 15 likes and delete it.
Yeah, I do. I will say I do like that Instagram added that feature where they got rid of the where you could see how many people liked it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Um, but I was gonna say on my story now, and I hope that the stuff that I post reach somebody and it'll help make a difference. Because I know sometimes somebody's story and they'll post something and I'm like, man, I actually needed to hear that, or I need to see that,
All
and I
right.
feel like it helped push me a little bit more. It gave me that push that I might have needed that I didn't know I needed.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of just trying to pay it forward. Hopefully, do the same for somebody else.
Yeah. Facts. I know, like, even sometimes, like, people in my family, they'll message me, like, dang, bro, like, my own siblings will hit me up, like, dang, bro, like, you really, like, motivated me today, like, when I woke up and seen your story or something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
they be in dark places sometimes and they just need, like, a little light in the tunnel. As long as you keep seeing the light, you're going to keep walking towards it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, and that's exactly what it is. Like you never know what someone's really going unless they tell you. Because I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like a lot of people are suffering out here.
But that's why I check on everybody. My friends know I'll be like, hey, bro, how y'all meant to do? And sometimes they may not answer the question, but I genuinely ask to know. My friends, my siblings. I want to start asking my parents, but I feel like that's a hard conversation because, like, me and my parents don't have that type of bond, I guess. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my parents to death, but they are not any manner unless they're like upset. And I
Hmm.
hate that. I hate that to the max.
I would say I used to think the same thing about mine, but since I've gotten older and since I moved out, I think I've just been able to have more adult conversations with them because I was able to talk to my mom. I visited them. I want to say like a month ago,
Mm.
um, and it just seems like whenever I talk to them now, I'm able to talk to them as an adult. So the conversation is a lot more productive. Like I tell her stuff that like I used to wish that I could tell her when I was a kid, and now I actually can, and it's just it's refreshing to hear her responses, like she understands. And that's something that as I was growing up I wish that I could have did. I don't know if I probably could have, but I didn't have the courage and I didn't have the knowledge to myself the way that I'm able to express myself now. So I mean, I able to do it sooner, but I am happy that I'm able to do it now, and that goes back to all the things that I've been through helping me get to where I am. Like everything comes full circle.
So I would say this. My parents that you could talk to them about anything, no matter what it is, and like they legit won't even like freak out. They're gonna listen and understand you. But when it comes time for them to open up, they not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll tell me stories and they'll tell me all this, like, but I never really. Sometimes I see like if I see emotions, it's because it was forced out of them. It's not because they was talking and it just came. Like they literally just got to be broken to the point to express emotion. But That's why like I carry myself in the manner like I will say I'm doing better. My emotions is something tragic will happen or something major happen, then I'll just explode. That's
Yep.
I think that's the type of people they are. They just build up and then one day they break. But now I'll break down if I need to.
Yeah, I would say the same. And my it goes back. I didn't know how to express myself. I was never taught how to explain how I'm feeling or nothing like that until I got to higher education and I was able to take courses to help me understand like this is something that a lot of people go through. It's not something that only I deal with. And then I was able to learn how to express myself and get that hurt, get that pain out of me in a semi-productive way. I mean, of course, sometimes people explode. We're human. It happens. Sometimes you break down.
Yeah.
It happens. I mean, but I feel like you also need that. Sometimes people just need to break down. I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like it's best if you either do it in private or just with somebody that you can trust. I'm not suggesting that people have a breakdown and go to Walmart,
Yeah,
but
you can't go break it down on everybody because everybody's not
yeah,
you know what I'm
you
saying?
can't be in Walmart in the bread aisle, see a piece of bread and like, oh man, no, no.
they got you they got you in between the choosing white bread and wheat bread and you like
You trying to choose between crunchy peanut butter and smooth peanut butter. You like, man, look.
yeah, I'm very selective. I try not to cry around nobody. Like I could talk around, but sometimes
Yeah,
it may occur. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I just won't say nothing.
yeah. I mean, I would say I think there's only maybe 5 people that have seen me cry, like
Yeah,
as
I'll
an
say.
adult.
You said what? As an adult?
Yeah, as an adult. Like I mean, obviously, a lot of people probably see me cry as a baby, so I'm not gonna count that.
As an adult, I'm gonna say. I'll say it is five. It's actually five. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly 5, but I think that number is somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah, mine are
And
exactly.
it's like you gotta have people that you can. Everybody needs somebody. I don't care what anybody says.
But I'll say this: I don't like crying in front of people because you know it has that stigma around it. Like men are weak if they cry, but it's like why I can't cry?
See, and that's a problem because I don't care. But
Let me tell you, bro. You and a woman will say, "Oh, we don't." But I legit witnessed a woman tell somebody that, and then the person cry, and she goes crying, and he just looking weak. And I'm like, you just
nah,
told that man he could cry. You just told that man he could cry to you. Why are you judging this man right now?
yeah, that's why I was saying like confide in that you can trust. I'm not saying go cry in front of anybody, but there's definitely time you just gotta cry because you gotta get that out. Because if you let that sit inside you, like you said, you're gonna explode.
Right.
I would much rather cry than like flip somebody's car over. Adrenaline rushes and they go crazy.
Yeah, me,
It's a
bro.
video I got on my. This dude was going crazy. He was like flipping shopping carts in the parking lot. I'm like, yo, this dude is.
See, bro, and that's why I realized I was that type of person who was going doing all this nut stuff. Finally, have
Yeah,
this explosion, and I just started finding little like, okay, boom, you can release some air. I started just treating it like a car tire, just let some out, let some air out. You know what I'm saying? Before we
yeah.
we're gonna let a little bit air out here, let a little air out over there.
See, and I feel like what's been helping me, I like a lot of candles and essential oils. So that's
Oh
my
yeah,
thing. I like to
yeah,
light a candle sometimes and just sit and close my eyes and just breathe. Because especially after a long week, you kind of just need that alone time, that quiet time to just collect your thoughts. and really reflect.
Yeah, I would say you can hear me.
Yeah.
So darkness. If I sit in my room in dark, or if I go out in nature, either at nighttime or like when it's really like shiny and good weather, those are my three best times to really.
Mm. Yeah, see, your boy likes going on hikes. The problem is where we live, that's not really possible. We can go on like them one level hikes, but we ain't getting no mountains or nothing.
You going on trail walks?
Yeah, we that's exactly what it is. We're going on the trail. We don't get to go hiking. But yeah,
Nah.
that's why, bruh, this summer or this winter or something, we definitely got to hit up like Denver or like Stone Mountain.
Oh,
Just
no.
like,
You said the summer?
yeah, I mean, why not?
Are those places? What are temperatures looking like?
I mean, Stone Mountain is in Georgia. Summer, I
Hey,
mean, it's
that
gonna
should.
be, it'll be on a mountain, so even if it's hot, like in the city, the higher you go, it's gonna get chillier. So it'll probably be, I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I know about altitude and temperature, but I would say the temperature will be lower the higher you get.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's probably not a good idea to go in the winter because that's
Nah.
also true. You
See,
get
all
up
I
there
heard
on the
was
mountain, it's -20.
when I heard Colorado, I just know that it be snowing bad over there. And
Nah,
then
but
like,
I mean, those are just the two places that come to mind. But there's plenty of places where they got for like hiking. I mean, we can go to the Grand Canyon.
you know,
That I actually don't know if I want to do that because I feel like I'm gonna fall off of it.
I ain't gonna lie. That's my big fear. That's why I try to go. If I'm gonna go somewhere, I try to go out the country. Cause like I've been wanting to go to the Grand Canyon, but my biggest fear is like
You
falling
just
in
slip
there.
and fall off.
I can't go out like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like, imagine having to tell you like if I passed and you had to tell my family like he slipped off the Grand Canyon, like,
Hey, they gonna think I pushed you.
or, they're gonna think I'm clumsy. Pushing me. They're gonna be like, man, that's how he went out.
I'm saying,
He slipped off the Grand Canyon.
we don't live this whole life and slip into the bro. You know, I can't go out like that, bro. And the thing is, we know we ain't got no business going out there.
Yeah, exactly.
We
I
fall in
feel
the Grand
like
Canyon and die.
I feel like the same thing will happen to me if I go like camping. It's like, all right, I didn't live this long. I ain't go camping yet. The first time I go, I'm gonna get bit by like a poisonous spider, and that's it. It's like,
You
do I really want to go out like that, bro?
you gonna get bit by a mosquito and get the what's that thing called?
Like malaria or something.
Nah, Ebola.
Oh, we not even. Ooh, Ebola. Yeah, that's not the one. That is,
You gonna go outside, boy.
that's not the one. Ooh,
Nah, that
yeah.
ain't Mexico.
But no, yeah, definitely this summer we gotta find somewhere to go because I'm gonna have some time off, and, and I definitely want to do something for my birthday. So, okay, 3 years my birthday has been canceled pretty much. Like
Not
the
by
past two
force.
years
Not,
because of
not by
COVID.
force. Not by force.
Yeah, not. I mean,
You've been for your birthday.
well, I'm saying, well, my birthday definitely got canceled because of COVID. Last year, it was my fault, a little bit of COVID, but
You
2019,
wasn't rocking with us like that last year.
well, if we're being honest, who is not rocking with who? Let's be honest here. All right.
I was making sure you're out, but right, but y'all wasn't listening. I was like, all right.
See, but the thing is, when you plan something, it's usually extravagant, and the bank account after like 5 or 6 days, bank account be hurting.
Nah, I feel that.
Like we got a 3 or 4 day trip, I could come back and still be comfortable. That fifth and
Yeah.
sixth day, you be like, do I really need to eat?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's the parking, bro. It's
Yeah,
the
you're right.
I can't deal with that. I can't, bro.
Bro, having a car is like a disadvantage everywhere except for the place that we live.
Yes.
Because everywhere else, you got to pay to drive somewhere. You got to pay to park it.
I'm
It's
saying,
like
bro,
you got, and it's traffic. Wow.
they got car insurance, they got car notes, and then they got parking.
Yeah,
Nah, bro. I'm sorry.
they paying 2,000 a month just for their car.
That ain't right, bro.
Yeah, that's tough. All right, but we hitting that 50-minute mark, and I just wanted to quickly mention Kendrick's new album that just
Oh
dropped today,
yeah.
Friday the 13th. What was
Right.
the title of it? Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Yeah. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. All right, so
All right.
me,
So
Kendrick is my favorite artist. Has been since I can remember. Because I used to listen to music, but I didn't really start listening to music until my freshman year in college. And then that's when I learned, like, yeah, Kendrick, he talks about stuff that I actually want to hear. And I could say this album, apart from maybe like, I would say maybe four of the songs are the only ones that like I don't really care for. Which, like, I'm not saying they're bad because I'm pretty sure other people will enjoy the four songs, but like the fact that he's able to make an 18 song album and 14 of the songs are like playlist worthy.
yeah,
The his yeah his since Black Panther, which was in 2018, and it was definitely because I listened to it this morning. I listened to it this afternoon. It's great. A lot of his music speaks to me, especially this album. I feel like he was speaking directly to me almost.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, you
What
say
was
you haven't listened to it yet, but I know when you listen to it, you'll see what I'm talking about.
what was your favorite song off the album?
Either Die Hard or Count Me Out. Those two specifically for us, I feel like those are the two that you're gonna be like, yeah, I see what you're talking about. But as for like what I think people are gonna like this from this album are either probably Silent Hill and 95 because those seem more like just songs that you can bop to.
Yeah, the
But
mainstream.
yeah. Die Hard and Count Me Out, those are two songs that I was like, yeah, this man is talking to me. Or he's speaking for me. He's putting my thoughts into words.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it plays because I know he had a song. I think it was Silent Hill on there with Kodak. That's the song I really been played it yet.
Yeah, so you'll probably like them too. Like I said, Silent Hill and N95, those probably gonna be the mainstream ones. Yeah, that's Kodak. I think Kodak's verse in Silent Hill is better than Kendrick's actually.
What?
Yeah, it was his.
Yes.
He had a good part in that. But I would say Kodak, his interlude, because there's two interludes in the album. Kodak's interlude, I did not care for it at all. But he made
Yo,
up for it with Silent Hill. What do you say?
two songs?
Yeah, he has an interlude and then he has a feature on Silent Hill.
Dang, Kodak was crazy. That's
But
good.
the interlude, it was not great. Silent
Dang.
Hill,
I know the one person I want to see for Kendrick. I wanted to see on this album with Kendrick, and that was like Future.
yeah, I would him write a song with like Drake or Future because Drake and Future like
But they don't miss.
yeah they can they can rap about and it'll be a hit.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean I'm gonna end the pod. I'm gonna let you listen to that album because I definitely want to hear your thoughts. But yep, this was episode 2, title "To Be the." We had a good conversation. Hopefully, we addressed all those issues that we got back.
What issues?
Yep, we out of here. You know those the comments that we got about last video.
Definitely that. Definitely
Yeah,
that.
I'm hopefully, but
Yeah.
we'll see. But yeah, we
Yes, sir.